Man, this is a really, really good question, man. And I've kind of answered it a couple times, right? How do I know so much, right? It's simple, man. It's because throughout my life earlier, I've been played with, been hurt, um, lied to, manipulated, uh, the whole 9 yards, right? And I try to do my best to keep that awareness up. Always be aware of certain situations on, for example, right, just how women are. I'm not going to talk about personal, but, women are, right? Like I was watching a video of a dude was complaining he's this great guy and, he's the hard worker, the money maker. He does it legitimately. When women choose these guys who hurt women or toxic men, in that example, right? And that's me too. Like I'm not the dude who plays games. I'm not the dude who how do I say it? Destroys women or does like wrong things. But the one thing I always just told myself, I just gotta accept it, and I'm just not that one. I'm not the one, right? Especially to when it comes to women. Like, it's not about the one thing I had to learn too. It's not about women liking toxic men. It's just that that's what she's attracted to, and that's what she loves to hear. Like I say all the time, women love through their ears. So whatever he's telling her is he's attracted to that. That's what she's gonna go for. He may be bad mouthing about me to her, and then she just like gets turned on by that or whatever, or he just has a way with his words. And I just had to understand, like, when it comes to those type of women, I personally cannot get them. I personally cannot. And I just got to say to myself, that's okay. But one thing I'm not going to do, like the dude in the video, get all mad. I want to get revenge on the females and all this other stuff. It does nothing because, like I tell myself this too, a lot of women don't care. But the thing also too is I got to learn how to adapt. Not to become those guys doing bad things just to get the woman and everything. But I have to adapt by keeping a certain image. And that's just what it is, bro. Like, certain women are just attracted to certain men. And you gotta find your type of women that like you. Or like, shout out to Ron Wills, find your tribe of women. That's good for you. Have I found that yet? No. But as I continue to grow, as I continue to grind, and still always get 1% better, I'll actually find my type. Or find the women that like me for me. Not for the money I bring in. Or not, I have to say harsh things or I have to say certain things to reel women in. And that's just something I've learned throughout like high school and stuff like that. Women being attracted to gang members, toxic men, the whole nine. That's just what it is, bro. That's how like I learned, and I caught that at an early age because a lot of guys out there, it happens to them, and they kind of know about it, but they ignore it instead of keeping that in the back of their mind and tell themselves, you know what, this is not the type of women that I need to be around or that are no good for me. I need to find a high quality type of woman or a high quality girlfriend. Simple as that. Right. And I want to continue with this other part too, man, because this one just popped in my head as I'm in my car. There was this guy at my old job in MBTY, right? And I'm not gonna knock him for this, right? He was a handsome dude, no homo pause. Like he's a good looking guy, but he always had this persona. He always had a mask on of he perceived himself as this good guy, but really he would be talking bad about people, me included, and being very snakish and two-faced. There was another guy like that too, but with this dude, he would always bash on me around the women and, make up really bad rumors and stuff about me like that. This was years ago. I'm so glad I'm away from him and I learned to let it go. But he was attracting women. And I know as well, too, he was bashing me around them, like even with his own girl. And I just always noticed that women were just attracted to him. He even smashed a couple at the job as well. But it didn't make me angry. It actually just taught me those are the women I would not ever want to deal with, especially too when I'm getting to know a woman. And I thank him and I thank women like that is because I always tell men like this, bro. Whatever him and her has going on or whatever she has going on with your life and it doesn't sit right with you, you don't have to deal with that. You don't have to deal with that. She can say, oh, that was in my past or whatever. I don't care. Once I figure how a woman was from what I've seen from my experience, and I understand this is who she is, I don't even have to deal with that. I just continue being the person that I am. I always say it like this, and I tell people all the time, keep it real with yourself. You always got to be your most authentic self because that's going to take you way further in life instead of being like how that bozo dude was. Keeping this mask on, trying to make it seem like he's this good guy, and meanwhile he's really not. And you don't want to make yourself angry because how women are drawn to guys like that. You always want to be the guy who she see as, man, he's unique. He's the catch. He doesn't have to fake it or anything like that. Because women get with those type of dudes, and then after a while, they start to understand and realize he's not who he is. That's why, even though he was sleeping with a lot of those women, because I heard he had quite a reputation in Long Island, he was sleeping with a lot of those women, but I always notice with them, they always walk away. And it's like with all those women who they get mad because it's like they couldn't lock him down. They realize he's a fake, all this other stuff. And then I tell guys like that, do not be like that guy. Always be yourself. And if she can't accept that from you, she don't want to accept the fact like this is who you are and you're on your journey, you're doing whatever, keep them away from you. Don't even bother. You don't get mad and angry at them. You say, you know what? Enjoy your life, miss. I'm going to go over here and become 1% better at my craft. I'm going to be 1%er at my gym. At the gym. I'm always going to do whatever it takes to be the most amazing person that I am. That's why, a lot of you guys, including you, bro, always rock with me. I always try to keep it real as possible. There's certain things I cannot explain, but I'm always going to be like who I am. And that's what I learned, even from the Cool Kids, one of my favorite rap groups. That's what I learned from snake people like that guy. I don't have to lie and fake it to make it just to have this appeal for women, man. Because, like I say, a lot of women are not going to be worth it. 99.5% of women that you meet in your life, bro, they're not even going to be worth it. But when you do have a cool chick, like I always say all the time, life is good. It's because you became that guy. You became the prize. And there's nothing wrong with taking your time and dating. I would not ever say that on these videos. I would not ever tell guys you need to do something like this. I always tell you guys you need to find something that you love and no matter how long it takes, enjoy that journey, enjoy that ride. That's how my experience was. And I learned that from an early age. This is from high school. I didn't go to college, but this is from learning at that whack job. How people love to put on this big old front. But when you start to see right through people, man, and you start to stay clear away from it and you keep it real with yourself, life gets better. No matter how hard it gets, life gets better for you. And I want a lot of you guys to know that. And I want you to know that too, bro. Always be yourself, man. Don't ever allow women being drawn to guys that are not like you just because you're the hardworking guy and you don't have it like that. Always just improve. Always improve. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of things are not going to make sense to people, but always improve. That's it. I'm out.